Good morning, children. I welcome all of you to my literature class today. So, we have been reading the short story A Hasty Judgement. So, before I start explaining today's remaining portion from the story, let me remind you the story very briefly. So, Walter Howard and the Treherne family had gone on an expedition to the Castle Cove. Mr. Treherne was carrying a heavy lunch basket that Mrs. Treherne had prepared for all of them. But Jack was not happy about the lunch basket. He wished to eat in a restaurant. So to fulfill his wish, he intentionally stumbled over a rock and the basket fell down from the cliff and everything inside the lunch basket was completely destroyed or shattered. So they all had to manage with the very little food that they could find in a crowded restaurant. Walter was not supportive. Walter didn't support at all his friend's deed. He didn't support his friend's wrong deed. At this point of time, we learned that there was a new phone inside that lunch basket that Jack had damaged intentionally. It was a surprise gift for him from his stepmother. The surprise gift was planned by Mrs. Treherne to surprise Jack as he was constantly nagging his parents over a new phone. So we have learned that whatever Jack did was absolutely wrong. So I think you all are very curious to know whether he would accept his mistake, whether his parents would forgive him or not. What will ultimately happen at the end? Will he learn a lesson? Or he will continue to misjudge his stepmother? I think you all are very curious to know these things. So without any more delay, let's read the concluding part of the text. So students, let us move to the next page, that is page number 19. So, Mrs. Treherne said that it seemed rather hard. You should not have a new phone when you wanted one so badly. So I told your father that I was quite sure I could save some money in many little ways without denying us of the real comforts. So I thought we could have the best picnic meals of delicious homemade goodies instead of expensive junk food at a fancy place. So Jack, do you approve of my little scheme? Scheme here means plan. So Mrs. Treherne disclosed the plan to Jack right now. Mrs. Treherne said that I told your father that let us not spend more money in the expensive junk food in the restaurant. Let me prepare the lunch basket. So this is the way I am saving the money for you so that I can give you a new phone. So that is why I am saving the money for you only, so that you can have a new phone. This is one of my scheme. This is one of my plan. Do you approve of my plan now? Jack was almost speechless. Jack couldn't say anything. He was speechless. With shame and confusion. He was ashamed of his deed. And he should be, no? And the twinkle in Walter's eye made him even more regretful. Walter's eyes are also twinkling. Twinkling means it was also sparkling. Why? Because it is also full of tear. Okay? And it also made him more regretful. Jack felt so sorry from his heart that he was very ashamed of his deed. Okay? And Walter's eyes also showed that he was also very touched with the behavior of the stepmother. "I think you are awfully good," he stammered. "But I don't deserve that phone, and I shan't have it now. I was such a silly donkey to throw the basket over the cliff." So he confessed. That whatever he has done was completely wrong. He said that he stammered means not speaking in a fluent way, because he was really ashamed. So that is why he became speechless. Words are also not coming out from his mouth properly. So he said that, "I don't deserve the phone, mother. I don't deserve it. Whatever I have done, I am really ashamed of that thing, and I don't deserve, because I have thrown it. I am a silly donkey and I have thrown it into the cliff. So that is why I don't need that phone anymore. I am very sorry for my mistake." Jack's father looked shocked at his confession and was about to scold him when his mother tactfully said. So the father was very angry. So the mother tactfully means very carefully. She was very careful, and she was very sensitive also. She understood everything. Okay, so she stopped the father from scolding him. So the mother said, "Oh yes, you will, Jack." Though she did look a little astonished at the confession. Astonished means surprised at the confession. The father and the mother both were surprised at the confession, of Jack. Because they never thought that Jack would have done something like that. He has done it intentionally. They thought that it was an accident. They have not realized, they have never guessed that it was intentionally done by Jack. So that's why they looked very surprised. "There will be plenty of money saved by the end of the holidays if we will be careful not to lose any more basket." So the stepmother said that I can save more money at the end of these holidays if you will be careful with the lunch basket in the future. So if you promise that you won't do this kind of act in future, then only I'll be giving you a new phone. Jack never forgot that experience. He was ever careful about any chore he was assigned, and the smart new phone he carried was a constant reminder that hasty judgments too often prove unjust. So it was a good experience, good teaching experience for Jack. He understood, he realized that whatever he has done it was completely wrong. He was ever careful. He was now careful. He became a very careful person. Chore here means task. He was assigned, he was given, allotted, and with the new task, whatever task he was now being allotted with, he became more careful towards it. So students, we should be careful to the task that was assigned on us. Whether it was given by your parents, whether it was given by it will be given by your teacher or any elder, or maybe your friend also. We should be very responsible in performing them, because of the trust they have thrust upon a responsibility on us, because they trust us. So that is why we should not break anyone's trust. No, students? So the smart new phone he carried was a constant reminder. It was a continuous reminder to him that a swift judgment often proves to be inappropriate. Unjust here means inappropriate. We should not be making a hasty judgment, a swift judgment about someone or something. So what are the new words that we have learned from this page? Expensive means costly, scold means rebuke, stammered means not fluent or stuttered, astonished means surprised, deliberate means on purpose, chore means task, and unjust means inappropriate. So students, we have learned that we must not judge someone on the basis of our preconception. We should not form a judgment or come to a conclusion on someone just because they have done something. Here Jack thought his stepmother to be mean because of her little saving ways. He does not understood that she is saving all the extra expenses to give him a new mobile phone that Jack wanted for a long time. If we form a judgment about someone too quickly, it often proves to be unjust or inappropriate. We should think rationally and consider all the aspects and then have an opinion. We should not judge someone very quickly. As because hasty judgments often proves inappropriate or unjust. So, students, I think the chapter is quite clear to all of you. Thank you, students, for watching.